Hey everyone, this is Robin Pike with Crafty Stamper, and today is April 8th of 2026. And I've been working on this cute little card, and I've got several here that I will show you at the end. But this is a double Z gatefold interlocking panel, and this is the way it opens. And then this piece here tucks in behind this piece. And I thought that was so cute. I got this idea from Allison Stounce. And the way you spell her name is Allyson. So I wanted to give her credit for this. Anyway, I just love the colors in this. I thought it turned out really nice. But I wanted to use some new product and I don't have really anything to go by. I don't have I've got that card made, but I didn't make one with this. So I thought we would come on here together and try to put one together using the Silly Old Bear paper and then the label dies. So, and we may use a few other things. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't have anything, set for this. So I did cut this out because I think Winnie the Pooh is so cute reaching up there for the honey. So I wanted to use it. And then our dies are like this. And y'all are going to love them when they come out. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is really a good set. We've got so many good things that are coming out in the new catalog, and I can't wait to see everything. But anyway, this right here, this is the third from the smallest, and it's the one that will be cutting out. Let me make sure. No, it's not either. It's going to be the fourth from the smallest or the third from the largest. This one is what will cut out this here. If you notice this right in here, this little half circles, I guess. That's what you could say. They fit around the little lines that come up and crisscross. So we're going to be cutting that out. And then we're also, this is my idea, is to use the one that is, the spine. It's driving me crazy. These people keep calling. I don't know if you've been getting telemarketer calls, but man, they have been really at it lately. And I forgot to put my phone on disturb, so I apologize for that. Anyway, so I'm going to take this one, and then I'm going to, I think, I'm not really sure. I may end up using the Golden Glow, which is one of our new colors, to put around this, or I may use the Elegant Pines. I'm not really sure. I haven't decided. So we're just going to put this card together just on a whim, and hopefully it turns out good. So the first thing that we're going to do, and this is some of the paper. This is where I've got this from. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I just cut it out. And look at all the other cute ones. Aren't they just precious? I just love this. And then the back side. And I love the back sides too. That's the Peaceful Pine, I think is the new color that we have. Anyway, that is so pretty, I think. I don't know if you can see it real good or not, but anyway, it's beautiful. And then we've got this here, and I think that's so cute. Tigger and Roo and the piglet. Anyway, they're just all so cute. And then the back side of this, which I do love. I love this paper. So I love all of the paper. But let's go over the paper first. Let's get it out and show you what it looks like. Let's see. And this is a different type. It looks similar to this, but as you see, this has got the little honey pots on here. So it's a little bit different. And then that's the background on it. Isn't that beautiful with those clouds? I just love this. And then let's see what else we have. Another one of them. And look at this. Look at little Pooh. He's so cute. I just love this. I think it's just so sweet. Little piglet. And then that's the backside. And isn't that beautiful? I think that is so pretty. And that's the color in that is that Barely Blush that we have. That's new. All right, and then we've got this. And I think these are pretty little this on here. They're just so sweet. Look at this one. Is that not precious? Them all sitting there. Poor Eeyore. He cracks me up. And then here's one with just a sketch of all the little characters on it. That's the same. And then this is the one that I showed you earlier. And then here's one right here. Isn't that pretty? I just love that. You got little Pooh up in the tree. And then here's the back of it. I'm just so excited about all the paper and everything. I just think it's just going to be great. I mean, we're just going to have a really good time with papers and creating. And so I'm really excited about it. So let me get my other paper that I'm thinking about using. We're going to check it out and see. And if it don't work out, then we'll go with something else or we'll make it and it'll be fun. Get all of that out of the way. And then I love the back of this. I think the back of this is so pretty. But I'm going to use the back of this. That's my plan because I love this too. But I love that. So it's kind of hard. I may have to end up making 2 cards eventually with it. Okay. So this is actually called a double Z gatefold interlocking panel. And I need to get the camera out. And we're going to do some cutting here. And you're going to have to put your arm out because we're going to cut this at 10 3/4. So we're just going to cut 1/4 of it off here. Okay, so we've got that done. And then we're going to flip it this way and we're going to cut it to 5 1/2. And then we're going to do some scoring. And we're going to score it at 1 5/8. And you don't have to worry about doing the writing down your measurements because I have went ahead and took care of that. And I've got it posted over on my blog at craftystamper.com. So you can find the measurements over there. And we got 3 1/4 here. And we've got 7 1/2. And then 9 1/8. So that part's done there. And then we're going to layer. We got some layers to cut. And we're going to go. This is already 3 going across here. So we're going to cut it at 5. And then we need another panel that's going to be 2 1/2 by 4. So we'll go ahead and do the 2 1/2. By 4. Okay, so we've got those panels cut. Now, my thought process is this. I'm thinking I want these side panels here. You can see where it's scored right going at there. I think I want to cut and put this paper on the panels there. And then maybe on this bigger panel, I'm thinking I might do this. So that's my process, or that's my thinking process right now. So let's go ahead and look at this. So the side panels are going to be 1 1/2 by 5 3/8. Let's go ahead and do the 1 1/2. And that's by 5 3/8. Okay, so we got those 2 pieces and they'll go on the sides like that. And then if we take this and let's see, we're gonna do 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. So 2 3/4. by 4 3/4. Let's see. It's going to cut Tigger off right there. It'll be all right because we've got him up here too. So then we'll have that piece, and it's going to go on here. Okay. And then we've got those pieces going there. All right. So that's as far as I've kind of come with it, except for I know I want this. I think instead of, let me get this other card back out. Instead of doing the rectangles, probably, which I won't need this, but I may do this instead of it. So that's going to go over my card like that instead of the rectangles here. So we'll see how that works out. All right, so I'm going to cut him out. And then, I don't know, I wonder, I've got to decide what color I want to go in behind this. And I like the green. I may use it, but let's go ahead. Let's move this out of, let me go ahead and cut a piece to go inside. And you know, this white may not go so well with it. I may need to get like a vanilla color. Let me turn around here and grab a vanilla color and see what it's going to look like. Yes, the vanilla will definitely look better. So grab you a piece of very vanilla if you're going to use this. And we're just going to cut this at 5 1/4. 4. Okay. And then that will be our inside piece. And I think that's all we're going to be cutting. Put this up. And then let's get out our cut and emboss machine. And let's go ahead. Make sure we got all of our layers there. All right, and here's my top layer. I'm just going to set this right up here. Let me go ahead and get some of my Post-it tape. I think I'm about to run out of that. I've had that forever. It doesn't take much, and you can use them over and over again. And so I've had that one a roll a long time. All right, so I'm just kind of making sure that I've got these in the correct place, and hopefully I have. This is the first time I've used any of this, so I haven't got to play with it any, so hopefully I've got it lined up good. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's run this through. And let's see if it lined up good. I'm off, but that's okay. It still works. You can kind of see where it's off, but it's not that bad. Okay, so we've got that. Now let's try the green. If I can find it. Let's see what it is. Okay, here's the Peaceful Pine. I haven't even opened this yet. So let me get some scissors. We'll open this up. And then we'll try this Peaceful Pine and see what it looks like with it. It's either that or I'm going to go with Early Espresso. That was another color I was thinking about. So let me cut this down so I don't have such a big piece here. I'm going to cut it over here to the side. Okay. And then we're going to get the bigger die here. And then right there. And I don't need the tape on this one because it doesn't matter if it shifts. All right. All so I've got that. Are these just not so pretty? Look at that. I just love it. Okay, so there he is there. So I thought putting it there. Okay. And then let's see what it's going to look like. Because we're going to do this. And then this other. And then that. See, I don't know that I like the green with those colors because you have a little bit, it looks like maybe a little bit of green here and here, but it's not much. I may need to go with the early espresso. So let me cut that out. Okay. Give it a little cut. I think I'm going to like it better. I love that green, and I want to use that green, but I don't think this is the time to use it. I think I'm going to like the early espresso better with it. I think it's going to flow better. The colors are. Okay. Let's get that. Let's get this run through. And then we can start putting it together. And I don't have a sentiment picked out or anything. Like I said, this is kind of like I want to use this paper, so let's get on here and let's do a video. And then, like I said, I do have some other cards, so stay tuned till the end if you want to see some other cards, because I've made about 4 or 5 cards using template. All right, so there we go there. I like that. I love the Peaceful Pine, but not with these colors here that I've used. All right, so let's go ahead and let's put this down. Let's see what it looks like. Wrong side. And you know, we could have used this side here if we wanted to and just kept it the same. And then that, I don't know. Let's see. Let's put our card together first. And then let's look at it and see what we want to do. All right, and you will need your bone folder because we're going to give these a good crease. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. I'll tell you what, it has been nice here in Alabama. We couldn't ask for any prettier weather. I mean, it has been awesome. I think we may reach some new highs this week for this time of year for us. Okay, got that there. And now these here are going to go on here like this. So let's go ahead and get them put down. Okay. And now this is a really small border on here. And it does help your glue. That way you can kind of move it around if you want to, need to. All right, so we've got that one done. Isn't that paper pretty? I just love that. You know, we've got so many pretty DSP papers. And seriously, like, they do the work for you. They really do. They are beautiful. All you got to do is make a card, put the DSP on there, and put a sentiment, and then you've got it. You've got it made. All right, so now we've come to this. So either I could do this right here, and then this will go over here, and then this will go on this side over here. So we could do it like that, which is adorable. They're so cute. I just love him. Look at his little feet. He's on his tippy toes reaching for the honey. That's so cute. Okay, or we can flip it over and do this. And then put him over here like this. So both are adorable. You can't go wrong with either one of them, but I think I'm going to do this one. I think that just gives it a little added twist. I like that. So I think that's the route I'm going to take. I think I'm going with that. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get this one put down. And if you don't like this one, you could do it the other way. Like I said, I have made so many cards with it using so many different packs of the DSP that we have. And I did use, let's see, I think I used mostly everything that's current now that you don't have to wait for. So, but now I did use another pattern paper that won't be out until May 5th. So, all right. And so here, I'm just going to put some glue, and you just want it to cover this area here. Make sure you don't put it all over the back, because then you would glue your piece down. So just make sure that it is on the right side too. So, so here, ours is going to be over here. So when we flip it around, it's going to be on this side here. Okay. So we've got that, and I just put it, just kind of even it out top to bottom, and then I pushed it over to the side more. I think that is on there. Good. Looks good to me. Okay. And so here what we're going to do is we're going to add dimensionals, and we're going to add them over here on this side here. But now we do have to pay attention to our little oval shape here, because we don't want to go outside. If I was to run them all the way down starting here, then you're going to see your dimensionals. So we want to be mindful of that. So maybe here looks like, and then maybe right in here. So now I'm going to go up here. I'm just going to push this down here. And let's see. I think that feels like that will do. All right, so I'm going to glue this one on, since we're going to be putting the other up on dimensionals, and then I'll probably put our sentiment up on dimensionals maybe. Okay, got that on there. Now we're going to take these off. Not the whole dimensionals. We're going to take the backing off of it. Okay. And then we're going to line this up over here. Let's see if that's on straight. Looks like it is. I think it's kind of throwing me off because this is a little off with the way that I cut it out. I didn't cut it out very good. But hey, I'm learning. You know, I mean, this is the first time I've used it, so I just have to pay more attention to it next time. Okay, so that's the front of it. Now, is that not adorable? And you just open it up like that, and then it just locks. This piece right here will lock in behind this. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's cute. Okay, so from here, let's see what kind of sentiment. Here's the sentiment that goes, and this is Sweet Words and Labels. And if you get the whole suite, it comes with, I think, like 2 dies and 2 stamp sets on here, I believe. I'd have to check that and make sure. So don't put me on that. I think it does, but anyway. But this is the Sweet Words and Labels here, and then this is the dies that come out. So we could do, I think You Deserve a Little Treat would be cute, since he's getting up there and getting the honey. I think that's cute. So let's try that. Let's do the You Deserve a Little Treat. And then I think, I'm not sure. I'll look at it and see. Let me get, okay, I think I'm going to do this in the berry vanilla. So let's get a, I don't think I need to. Ooh, look at that, how dirty. That is so dirty, you can tell I've been using it. We're just going to put this down here, and it's going to be out of the camera view. There. I'm just trying to line it up with the lines. It's on my mat here. Okay, got that there. And then, I don't know, I could use these dies here. Let's see if this one will fit. Oh, that looks like that will fit perfect. Okay, so that's the Stylish Shapes and Dies, or Stylish Shapes dies, not and dies. That's coming out of there. All right, so let's see what this is going to look like, and I think I'm going to do it in the early espresso. So let me get that. And I may have to stamp it a couple of times. Let's see. Looks pretty good to me. Since it hasn't been used, I thought it might need to be stamped a couple of times. That's good. Not a problem there. All right, so let's get this. Looks like I did it crooked, so I'm going to have to make my die be crooked on here too. Let's get the machine back up here. All right. That is so cute. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I just love it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take this off, because if I don't, I'll be searching for it. And put it back in a little bag here. Okay. And I think I may use some of our linen thread. God, that's so cute. I love it. I really do. So let's see. I think I may just kind of go around several times and just put it in behind our little sentiment. Maybe, let's see, kind of set it like that. I don't want his little butt to be covered up, because his butt's too cute. And his little feet. He's so cute. Maybe I need to turn it around and then put that like that. I think that'll work. All right. So here I'm just going to take some tape, some Scotch tape, and it's going to be a teeny little piece of it. And I'm just going to lay it against this. Okay. And then I'm just going to put that there, but I'm going to put it on dies. And I'm going to put it, let's see, I need one on the end. And then, I don't know, I will need one on this one or not. Let's see. See what it's going to look like. It kind of makes it a little too high. So I don't, either I need to double this end here, or either just glue this end. So I think I'll glue this. And the reason it's like that is because we used the dimensionals over here. All right. So let's see what that looks like. Did I take the backing off that one? Look at that, how precious. That is so sweet. All right, let me kind of straighten this up a little bit. I don't like the way those have gotten twisted. Okay, and let's do a little cut right here. They don't need to be that long. Okay, now we've got it. That is so sweet, so precious. Okay, so that's bugging me. So I've got to fix that. I want them to kind of go together like that. Okay. All right. So from here, let's put that in. And it says you deserve a little treat. So what else can we do? What do I want to use on the inside? Let's see, you deserve a little treat. And I don't know. I don't know what I want to do for that. Let's see, we could just put this inside and then figure it out later. Because right now I'm not sure. I don't like the way that, I don't know if you can tell or not, but that's kind of laying a little flat and you got the little hump right here. And so it's probably okay, but it's kind of bothering me. I think this, if I bring it over maybe just a tad, maybe it won't be like that. That looks a little bit better, I think. Okay, sorry. I went off on something else. Okay, so here they are in color dots for 2026 and 2028. So let's see what we got in here that we want to use. And we wouldn't really have to use any of them, but you know, they're here, so we might as well. All right, so if I do the Golden Glow, let's see, we could put one here. What do you think about one there? And then a small one right there. And then maybe a small one up here. Maybe right there. That looks like, oh, it picked up two of them. That looked like that was a perfect little place for it. Oh, it's because it took this one. Oh, it took the one from down here. I guess the little sticky wasn't on the back of it. Okay. I think that is so cute. That's adorable. Okay. Sorry. I can't get past how cute it is. Oh, y'all, you know what I did? I'm so stupid. Okay, we can't do this. We can't put anything over here to hold this on with because it won't move. So I've got to move this over. I wasn't even thinking about that, as you can tell. Okay, so that's going to mean this needs to be moved up. And we may end up moving those somewhere else totally. And there's their Vicky right down there. Okay, so let's see. Let's put him on here like this. So he's going to go right underneath him. Okay, and then this needs to be put over here. We're going to put him like that. And then this is going to have a dimensional on either side. And I think that's going to work out better. Right? Okay. So here, just going to put that right here. But make sure it's straight going across through there. Let's see. Okay. And now this one doesn't have the sticky on the back of it. So let's see. Okay. Now we just kind of moved it around a little bit. And now I'm going to have to clean it up a little where I've got some sticky down here at the bottom. I need to clean it off the top here. And I can actually do that when I get off here, but I want it to look good. You know? Okay, so there we go. Is that not cute? Okay, now we got to put the inside in. I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and use the Stampin' Seal Plus. And put it down. And I'm just trying to center it between the lines here. Okay. And then, let's see, I guess that's it then. We could put something on the inside if we wanted to. We could put a strip of this paper here, or we could stamp something, but I'm just going to leave it blank for the time being until I figure out what I want to put in there. I've got to come up with, and maybe I should just make this a happy birthday. You deserve a little treat, and maybe do a happy birthday, and so that might work good. All right, guys. Well, this is my card. So let's move this out of the way and clean it up here so I can show you the other cards that I have for you. All right, so our card we made today. And then this is the card I showed you at the beginning. And then I have this card. And this is using some of our new paper. Isn't that pretty? I like the way that turned out. And then I'm sure you know this paper. The cutest. It's so cute. So that was one of them. And then this is one using the grapes. This is something new. It's a little surprise here for you. So it's new that we're going to be having. So get ready for that. And then here is another one. And y'all know this paper has been in and out of stock so much. But I think it's called Whispers Delight or something like that. And so that's the card I did with it. And it's so pretty. I also have over on my website at craftystamper.com. You can order a PDF. I have some cards in a box over there that you can order. You can order a PDF, or I think through the 20th, because I did extend it. There's a kit class that you can order if you'd like to get the products and stuff to make your kit. But let me get the cards and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, so if you want the kit, you're going to get the material to make, or the product, I should say, to make this cute little box. Okay, and then here's this card here. And then I just decorated it like that. I just left the sentiments blank, I believe, on them. And then this one is a fun fold card, and it opens like this. And then you can put a saying in there, or you can put a gift card in there. And then you can open it up, and it says wishing you happiness and love. So I've got that. And then I've got this one here. And this one you open up like this. It's a fun fold. And then open it like that. Oh, I'm sorry. I was out of screen. Okay, so here, Now you can see it. And it just closes like that and like that. And of course, I can't do stamping for you, so you would have to do your stamping. You could use what you have, or purchase the kit. Okay, there's that. And that, when I say the kit, I mean the bundle. But all of the information, and then here is this one right here. And all of the information about the card kit class is on my blog at craftystamper.com. And it's you can find the PDF if you just want that, and it's in the PDF store, or the classes to go under the cards section. You can find all the information for it and how to sign up for it, for this class here. So, all right. Well, that's our finished card that we did today, and there's the rest of them. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you've learned something. And if it's nothing but just getting in your scrap room and just playing with what you have, and because these cards can be made with any paper that you know. And there's just so many different ways to pull it off, So, and for instance, I was going to show you, there was one that I did, this one right here. I ended up moving it over a little bit compared to some of these, and then put the circle on here. So I changed it up a little bit like that. So, it doesn't have to be exactly like this. And of course, instead of using the rectangle, we did this here. So there's just so many different ways to do it, but the basic concept of it is just that this is going to tuck. You've got the fold here, the Z fold, and then this is going to tuck in behind here. So anyway, well, I hope you have a great day, guys, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you have any questions, send me an email, and that's it. That's Robin@craftystamper.com, and I'd be happy to talk to you. And I hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.